A low rumble of packages being sorted by automated conveyors filled the mile-long fulfillment center outside Phoenix as a senior process assistant explained almost apologetically that most shoppers never see the machinery, the algorithms, or the arcane price switches that allow Amazon to behave like a digital outlet mall. A refurbished goods bazaar, a coupon circular, and a same-day grocer all at once. What matters, he said, is that a Prime member tapping Buy Now from the couch in Des Moines can unknowingly trigger half a dozen behind-the-scenes discount programs so well hidden that roughly 3 in 4 of Amazon's 310 million active customers miss them completely. The money left on the table is staggering. Internal estimates suggest billions of dollars in markdowns, timing tricks, and loyalty benefits evaporate each year simply because buyers do not know where to click or how long to wait. Start with a BUD, virtual outlet, a corner of the site that executives admit was built to mimic the backwall clearance racks of a traditional department store. Search engineers bury it behind a URL, rather than a homepage tab, so as not to cheapen Amazon's premium sheen. Yet it is refreshed every 6 hours with overstock from FBA, fulfillment by Amazon sellers, and vendor-owned pallets that must be cleared before quarterly storage fees spike on the 1st of each month. The markdown logic is brutal. Prices fall in 10% increments until the remaining units match the slot count available in the next inbound wave. That is why a $44 digital picture frame can suddenly appear for $16.37 at 2 a.m. and vanish by sunrise. Veteran buyers keep a bookmark labeled Outlet Sort Price Low to High, reload it like a stock ticker, and pounce on household consumables, Brita filters, vacuum bags, baby wipes, because every dollar shaved from repeat essentials amplifies compound savings over the year. A second subterranean department, Renewed, behaves more like the inspection shed of a high-end pawn shop. Returned iPads, over-forecasted coffee makers, open-box Roombas, and even commercial-grade DeWalt angle grinders reach one of 15 refurbishment hubs where technicians flash firmware, swap batteries, sterilize surfaces with medical-grade isopropyl, and run final diagnostics that must hit a 100-point checklist, or the unit is shredded for parts. The defect tolerance is so slim that fewer than 4% of Renewed products rebound into customer service queues, half the failure rate of brand new electronics. Because the listings are algorithmically demoted below first-party inventory, shoppers rarely scroll far enough to see them, yet the price delta often hovers between 25 and 50%. Add in the 90-day no-questions guarantee, and the risk calculus tilts decisively toward refurbished, especially on gadgets that depreciate faster than phones receive security patches. Those who prefer to hunt rather than stumble rely on an off-platform crawler unofficially christened the Discount Finder. It is little more than a front end that feeds category, keyword, and minimum discount variables into Amazon's public product advertising API, then reorders the JSON output so that the deepest percentage cuts rise to page 1. Because the service is external, Amazon never promotes it, yet it exploits the very same data feed used by affiliate publishers. Select Home and Kitchen, set the slider to 60% minimum, and within seconds, a feed of trundle beds, cut crystal tumblers, and overproduced seasonal candles appears. Items the main store will still display at list price minus 10%. Unless you drill past the buy box to compare sellers, the crawler's disciples refresh the feed each morning before making coffee, convinced the ritual trims more from their annual household budget than any single loyalty program. Amazon does sponsor one weapon it wishes more people wielded, the Assistant browser extension. Part price tracker, part universal wish list, the plug-in watches as users browse other retailers, then floats a card in the corner announcing save 13% on Amazon, arrive Tuesday. Internally, leadership calls this the win-back nudge because It captures sales that were about to leak to Target, Best Buy, or a brand-direct Shopify site. Yet the assistant's quieter superpower is the timeline it builds for every ASIN a customer views. Hover over a product, and you see a 30-day ticker of price swings colored green when they dip below the median and red when they spike. Leave an item in your cart after the line turns green, and the system may sweeten the pot by injecting a single-use coupon into your account, typically within 72 hours, to nudge you over the line. Statisticians inside Worldwide Consumer call it pre-abandonment rescue. Shoppers just call it unexpected savings. Prime, of course, remains the loudest magnet in the Amazon ecosystem, but insiders acknowledge that half the members who pay $139 a year use only the shipping perk and ignore everything else. The most egregious oversight is household sharing. One adult subscription can grant a second adult equal 2-day shipping, Prime video streaming, Amazon photo storage, and the Prime reading library at no extra charge as long as the two accounts agree to share payment instruments. Gift the spare slot to a university-bound sibling or a parent on fixed income, and you have effectively halved the membership cost. Add teenage profiles, and the savings cascade further. Teens check out on their own devices, but the primary adult receives a push notification to approve or decline the cart, an arrangement that quietly teaches budget discipline while dodging duplicate Prime fees. For those determined to skip Prime altogether, the free shipping threshold sits at $35 nationwide and drops to $25 on items designated fulfilled by Amazon. The threshold is strategic. Internal conversion data showed that raising the bar above $49 would push too many households toward Walmart Plus, but $25 is low enough that shoppers add toothpaste or a paperback to meet it. Margin-friendly add-ons that rarely cannibalize physical store trips. A shadow hack exploits the subscribe and save cadence. Opt into a subscription, even one scheduled 6 months out, and the first order qualifies for free shipping regardless of basket total. Cancel the plan after dispatch, and no penalty applies. Amazon recognizes the behavior, but retention models show that a significant share of consumers forget to cancel, so the company tolerates the loophole. Patience can be lucrative, too. Cart-dwell price drops are not myth, but measured tactic. Data science teams flag hesitation markers, viewing the same listing 3 times, adding then removing it, or leaving it dormant in cart for more than 96 hours. If warehouse inventory is ample, the system tests elasticity by cutting the price for a small cohort of those hesitant users. The reduction may last only minutes before reverting, but eagle-eyed shoppers who keep a screenshot archive notice the dip and strike. The inverse phenomenon also exists. Items flagged as supply-constrained may rise if demand surges. Rule of thumb inside Seattle HQ: wait for discretionary purchases, rush consumables, avoid blindness driven by the buy box. That single orange button reflects a complex scorecard that weights price only about 55%. The remainder allocated to fulfillment speed, seller defect rate, and Prime eligibility. Tap the tiny Other Sellers link, and often a merchant with 99% positive feedback, but 3-day handling will undercut the incumbent by $5 or $6. Choose Fulfilled by Amazon in the left-hand filter to keep 2-day shipping and Amazon's A to Z guarantee, while still banking the lower sticker. Shipping, however, is where shoppers most overestimate customer service control. Once an order routes into Amazon's logistics brain, frontline employees cannot redirect it to FedEx instead of USPS, or accelerate a 3-day package into overnight. A request to mark safe place under porch may propagate to carrier handhelds, but agents have no tool to override a driver's GPS-optimized manifest. The best defense against porch piracy is to enroll free in Amazon Hub, delivering to lockers, inside pharmacies, grocery chains, and apartment lobbies. Parcels scanned into lockers trigger an email and spit out a QR pickup code. Hub deliveries now account for almost a fifth of urban prime volumes, a statistic Amazon touts to municipalities worried about street-level package theft. The review ecosystem presents the murkiest battlefield. Despite machine learning sweeps that nuke tens of millions of suspected fake reviews annually, seller-funded praise still seeps through. Pros sniff it out by sorting reviews chronologically. A barrage of perfect scores inside a 2-day window signals a rebate group campaign. Tools like ReviewMeta recompute a product's star rating after stripping suspected padding, a drop of more than 0.8 stars from Amazon's posted average warrants caution. 1- and 2-star entries are gold mines, not for emotional rants, but for consistent pattern complaints. Batteries that refuse to charge after 3 weeks, fabrics that bleed dye, sizing charts that lie. If multiple low ratings cite identical flaws months apart, assume the problem persists. Lured by Prime's return-at-no-cost promise, shoppers routinely overorder, then drop half the box at UPS. Insiders leverage that policy to gain price protection. If an item plunges within 30 days, LiveChat agents often refund the difference on request. Beyond 30, some shoppers simply rebuy at the lower price and return the higher-priced unit unopened, capturing the delta at the expense of Amazon's reverse logistics bill. The company discourages abuse by tracking return rates per user, exceed an undisclosed threshold, and accounts receive a warning email. Maintain a ratio under about 12%, and the system turns a blind eye. Resealed electronics still fetch good money in renewed. One clandestine tactic mines the warehouse deals section for cosmetic damage returns that Amazon photographs individually. A boxed coffee grinder may list packaging flaw with a time-stamped photo, showing nothing more than a dented corner, reducing price by 35%. A Dutch oven tagged small scuff on lid often requires a magnifying glass to spot, because each unit carries its own ASIN variant. They never appear in standard search unless you filter by condition used. Refresh during early morning hours when overnight returns, finish processing, and gems surface for minutes before vanishing. Finally, watch the calendar. The company schedules 7 event weeks internally: Q1 Big Spring, Memorial Weekend, Prime Day in July, Back to School, Turkey 5, the 5 days from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, Last Chance December, and Year-End Outlet Blitz. Pricing. Algorithms loosen margin guards during these windows, but only on a subset of SKUs designated Halo drivers. Identifying them is simple: a high review count, multiple color variants, and Amazon listed as the seller. Halo drivers pull traffic. Peripheral accessories hold margin. Load your cart with the flagship item during the event, then circle back to outlet or warehouse for the add-ons. Combine these maneuvers: outlet trawling, renewed guarantees, discount crawlers, assistant surveillance, household sharing, free shipping thresholds, subscribe and save hacks, buy box audits, locker delivery, review triage, warehouse cherry picking, and calendar timing, and the ordinary. Amazon Tab morphs into a command console for asymmetrical retail warfare. The site will not broadcast the playbook. Every suppressed link, buried filter, and algorithmic breadcrumb is designed to lift margins, not erode them. Yet the infrastructure is there for those willing to dig, theorem by theorem, until a $3 to $19 cordless vacuum drops to 118s, ships free, and arrives at a locker down the block, accompanied perhaps by the quiet satisfaction of having beaten the most sophisticated pricing machine ever built at its own elaborate game.